Hi guys, welcome back to my channel ArtsyPutsy with me Putsy, and for today's video it's going to be a 3-in-1 or 3 looks using one palette, and this time I'm going to create 3 looks using the Dream Street eyeshadow palette from Colourpop x Kathleenlights, which is this one right here. And if you wanna see the looks I created, just keep on watching. I know it's very late. This palette already out on the market since late 2017 I believe, and I bought this palette as soon as it was released, but a lot of things happened. I didn't have any chance to actually review the whole collection. I also have the Dream Team lip bundle. I still want to talk about this palette because I love KathleenLights, I love Colourpop, I love this eyeshadow palette, so I just want to talk about it. But since Kathleen already has another collaboration with Colourpop now, which is the Zodiac collection, I also already bought the palette, but it took a very long time for things to get shipped here, and I'm pretty sure that palette will arrive in around 3 or 4 weeks from now. So before I review that palette, well, let's talk about this collection instead because I love it. Maybe there's some of you out there who hasn't been able to get your hands on this palette. On Colourpop website, if you buy this palette and the Zodiac palette, you will pay less than what you have to pay if you buy the palette individually. So maybe if you don't have this palette and you want to buy the Zodiac palette, I think it's better for you to get both of them, and it's a pretty good deal. Before we go into the 3 looks I created with this palette, I'm going to give you a mini review of this palette and also the lip bundle. But if you don't want to see the review part of this video, then maybe check out the description box down below because I'm going to put a timestamp down below. So if you only want to see the look I created, then you can skip ahead and watch that part instead. But if you want to know my thoughts about this palette, then let's just go into it. So if you're not familiar with Colourpop eyeshadow, they have amazing quality in my opinion. They are very affordable, they blend really nicely, they have a good pigmentation, they are super soft shadows. So if you don't like shadow that has a lot of kick up on the pan or has a lot of fallout, then maybe Colourpop shadows is not for you. But they are very easy to blend and very pigmented as well. The color shows up really nicely on the eyes, the matte is buttery soft, and the shimmer shadows can show up really nicely on the eyes with a dry brush. You don't have to wet your brush, you don't have to apply them with your finger. They can shows up quite intensely and metallic on your eyes with a dry brush. And my advice, if you use Colourpop shadows, you just have to apply the shadows little by little. Just dip your brush into the palette a little bit and tap off the excess shadows and slowly blend them into your eyes. If I do that, I don't really see any fallout on my face unless it's a very darker color like this one right here. It does have some fallout, and I do have some fallout on my face right now because I don't brush them off as soon as I have a chance. So it kind of stains my face a little bit. Just be careful if you still have that problem. Just apply shadows before your foundation and then you're good. But a lot of people said that this has a better quality than their older palette from Colourpop, like the Yes Please palette or any other palette from Colourpop that came out before this. And I think I have to agree with that statement because I also have the Yes Please palette, and I think this definitely has a better quality. And I'm not saying the Yes Please palette is bad, I'm not, because the Yes Please palette I do really love and it has amazing quality, especially for its price. And this one is even better because in my personal opinion they are a little bit more pigmented than the Yes Please palette, but way more blendable, way more easy to blend than the Yes Please palette, so it's a lot better. But especially this palette is amazing. They are they are super soft, especially these two right here. This one feels almost like clouds. I don't know what to explain this, but it is very soft and very creamy. And also this is a satin finish and it's super silky smooth. For 3 looks I created today, I think I use every single shade in this palette, and every single shadow I use has that amazing quality. I don't have any trouble with any of the shadows, maybe except this one, because color like this tend to have a little bit of problem blending out because it's very pigmented on the lid, but then as soon as you blend them with a blending brush, it will lose its intensity and it will kind of disappear a little bit on your eyes and look a little bit patchy, but it doesn't stick into my eyes and like in a weird way. You just have to blend them and then pack them on later on, and then blend them and then pack them on. It takes a little bit longer time, but it's still not the worst. It works better than other blue I've tried, because I know that's usually the case with this kind of shadows. Really hard to make and really hard to blend usually, but this one is not that bad. If you have any doubts about this palette, just try to buy one and see for yourself, because at first, when I first saw the picture of this palette, I didn't really want to get this, like didn't call my name whatsoever, but this palette looks way prettier in person than it does on camera, on photo, because when I saw this in person, I was like, oh my god, I don't know why I ever doubted this palette, because this looks amazing in person, and especially swatching them on my hand, every single color is amazing, and I can see myself have a lot of different looks with this palette, not just the 3 looks I created today. You can create so many different looks. You can create looks like a more bold looks, more smoky looks, more like very glam, very romantic. You can create so many different neutral looks, or for a day-to-day look. It's endless because there's a very good mixture of crease shadows, neutral, more warm tone. You have this very vibrant color, you have deep shades, you have a very deep brown to deepen up your crease. You have so many different very beautiful metallic shades. You have these satin shades that looks amazing to highlight your brow bone. You have so many different colors that looks amazing combined together or separately. Second of all, this lip bundle. I use every single lipsticks with each looks I created today, even though I don't think one of the lipsticks looks great with that particular look, but this is the lipstick looks like. We have Rêver, I don't know how to pronounce this, but it's this very vibrant orange in ultra satin lips. I personally never really like how orange vibrant lipstick looks on me. I have tried 3 orange lipstick before and I always give them to someone else or just throw them away, because I just don't like how orange lipstick looks on me, and I don't even like the color orange. Like, I hate orange, even though I kind of love how it looks on my eyes, but I never really like how it looks on my lips. And it's no difference with this one. I don't know if it actually looks good, but I just don't feel like it's really not me, and I don't really like how this looks. But if you are not familiar with ultra satin lips, it's KathleenLight's most favorite ultra lip formula, like liquid lipstick from Colourpop formula. I personally love the ultra matte lipstick a little bit more because I just love matte lipstick and I don't feel like they dried out my lips, and I just don't want to reapply lipstick throughout the day. Maybe I'm just too lazy, so which is why I love the ultra matte lips a little bit better. But the problem with ultra matte lipstick is they have a little bit inconsistency with each color, with each batch, because some of them I feel like it's fine on my lips and then some of them just crumble off my lips as soon as I apply them. Like, I have one ultra matte lipstick that does that and it never happened to me before, but with the ultra satin lips I feel like they are more consistent in formula and they are very comfortable on the lips. Yes, it's not transfer proof, it's not budge proof formula, but they can stay put on your lips for a very long time. If you only drink or eat snacks throughout the day, I feel like it's fine. You don't have to reapply this over and over again, but of course if you eat something greasy it will come off right away. But it has a pretty good staying power. If you tried Deluxe lipstick, that one is super comfortable and very lightweight. It almost feels like you have nothing on your lips, but with this one it's comfortable but you can still feel it on your lips like you have lipstick on. And I understand why so many people love this formula, but it's just my second favorite. And this one in particular is Dreamy, the one I'm wearing right now, and I do really love this color. It's very pretty and romantic. It's kind of like a very warm pinky nude. It's amazing for day-to-day basis, and I don't know why when I first look at this color my thoughts just went straight to the LA Girl No Pigment Gloss in Fleur because that's one of my favorite nude lipstick, and that's also one of KathleenLight's favorite lipstick. I feel like she has a little bit inspiration. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but this is Fleur from Ella Girl, this is Dreamy. They are very similar, but Fleur is a little bit more brown and Dreamy is a little bit more coral and a little bit more vibrant, but they look very similar to each other. I love that lipstick as well, so it's no surprise that I do really like Dreamy as well. And the last one is the Ultra Glossy Lip in Moonchild. This is my very first ultra glossy lip, and I have to say I'm not a very big fan of glosses in general. I almost kind of hate glosses because I just don't like how it feels on my lip, how sticky it is, but I'm kind of shocked that I quite like this because it's not very sticky. It's not like a glossy kind of feeling on the lips. Very comfortable to wear. It makes your lips looks more plump, and I do really like this color. It's a very nude color, like it's very light, but it has a bunch of gold glitters all throughout it. It just makes my lip looks very juicy. I don't know, it looks cool, especially if you pair that gloss with this kind of eye look or any other bold eye makeup look. If I have to rate them, this is number 1 for me from the whole collection. Of course, I'm going to give this an A+. I really love the formula, the color, everything about this. The packaging, it's amazing. It's a must from me. It's a must from Colourpop. And the next one is this one, Dreamy, and the packaging is amazing as well. It's rose gold with, I don't know, it's very pretty. And the next one, surprisingly, is the Ultra Glossy Lip. It's the one thing I don't really want to get from the entire collection, but I ended up really liking this, and yeah, I do enjoy this. And the last one is this one. It's not because it's bad, because it's very vibrant. If you don't like that kind of color, I don't think you will like this because it's intensely vibrant. It's just because I don't really like orange lipstick on my lips, and I don't think there are a lot of very vibrant orange lipsticks on the market. So if you are currently looking for one, then this is the one for you. So that's my mini review, and I'm going to show you the swatches. I'm not going to show you like me swatching the products, but I already swatched them and put the pictures of the swatches on my Instagram. So if you want to see the picture, you can check my Instagram out, promo. But yeah, I'm going to also put the picture right after this. And now for the part I think most of you are here for, the 3 looks I created with the Dream Street eyeshadow palette. And I'm also going to use each lipsticks for each looks. I already put makeup on for the rest of my face. If you want to know what I put on my face, just check the description box down below. And I already primed my eyelid with concealer and set my lid with face powder. And yeah, I created 3 different looks. Very warm, this one, and then a very bold and extreme one. And let's move on to the tutorial. So for the first look, I'm going to create something very warm, vibrant and summery, and the first shade I'm going to pick up is called Magical, and I'm going to use this as my transition shade. Just apply them with the fluffy blending brush, apply them all over my crease with a wiping windshield circular motion. And next I applied this terracotta warm kind of shade called Potion. With a smaller blending brush, slowly build the color into my crease until I reach this intensity, like before, using a windshield wiping circular motion. And next I'm going to pick up Magical again with the previous brush, just to blend out the edges a little bit more. And then go back to Potion again, but this time I'm going to apply the shade with a smaller brush, apply them directly into my inner and outer portion of the lid with a tapping motion until I reach the pigmentation that I want. And after that, with whatever left on the brush, I'm going to slightly drag them into my crease a little bit. And next I'm going to pick up this very vibrant corally shade called Spark onto my lid, both the inner and outer portion of my lid, but next to the Potion. So my intention was to create like a halo eye, but we're going to have like a gradient. After I build the color into the lid, I'm going to just blend the edges with a clean blending brush and then intensify the color a little bit more and then blend them out some more. and then go back to Potion just to intensify the outer and inner part of my lid a little bit more. After that, I'm going to pick up the shade called Elvis. This is a very deep brown, and then I'm going to tap them into my lid just at the edges of my outer and inner lid just to deepen up those edges a little bit more, and then blend the edges with this brush. Go back to Magical, just blend out the edges a little bit more. So as you can see, it's just lots and lots of blending, and then go back and forth between each shade. And next I'm going to pick up this gorgeous metallic shadow called Stardust, and then directly apply that shadow with a flat shader brush to the very center of my lid. And then with the very tip of the brush, at this angle of the brush, I don't know if you can tell, but just to kind of blend the edges with the previous color with Spark, and then use this blending brush again just to kind of blend the crease a little bit more. And go back to Spark, intensify a little bit more. Like I said, just lots and lots of blending, intensify, blending, just back and forth, and then just apply this some more. And next I'm going to pick up the shade called Twinkle. This is just a slightly more pink version than Stardust and a little bit lighter, and with a small detailer brush into the very center of the lid. And for my lower lashes, I'm going to pick up Elvis with a smudger brush and just smudge them very tightly to my lower lashes, and then blend Elvis with Potion with this brush just to kind of blend everything nicely. I pick up the first brush we used with Magical but with no additional shadow, and just blend everything nicely, and then go back to Elvis, but this time I'm going to pick up pencil brush and just to intensify the lower lashes a little bit more. And to highlight the inner corner, I don't know if you can see that, but I use Sweet Dreams, the very first shadow from the second row, a very light gold metallic shadow. And to highlight my brow bone, I use this shadow called Moony, and this is one of the most gorgeous shadow to highlight your brow bone. And next I'm going to apply this LA Girl Gel Guide Liner in deep bronze to my waterline. And then after that you can apply some falsies, but I personally not a huge fan of falsies, so I just apply some mascara. And next I'm going to apply Rêver to my lips, and this is the complete look. So the second look is the look I have on my intro. And first, again with Magical, I'm just going to apply this all over my crease, blend them into the crease with a big fluffy blending brush. This brush is amazing. This is like a very good dupe for the Sigma E40, and as you can see, I kind of map out the shape a little bit on the edges there. And next I'm going to apply Spark with a very small precision blending brush, and as you can see, I apply them very heavily into my inner corner. After that, just whatever left on the brush, I kind of drag the shade into my crease a little bit more, into the outer part of my crease there a little bit. And with the same brush, I'm just going to tap them into the outer part of no additional shadow crease. And next I'm going to pick up the shade Potion with the previous brush. I'm just going to apply this to the outer part of my eyes with a tapping motion first until I get the intensity that I want, and also just to kind of create the shape that I wanted, and then slightly drag them and blend them into the crease to the previous shade, which was Spark. And like I said, just slowly build the color little by little until you reach the pigmentation that you want. And with the clean blending brush, I'm just going to use this to blend Potion into Spark. And next, pick up the first shadow again with the previous brush just to blend all the edges. And it's time to apply water bearer to my whole lid basically with a flat shader brush, and also just create that shape there on the edges to create that kind of cat eye effect. And I leave a bit of space there at the very edge of my inner and outer corner, and use a clean Sigma E25 to blend water bearer to my crease. And I'm going to pick up Elvis with a blending brush with a tapping motion to the outer part of my eye to the empty space there. And then because we used a blending brush, I'm going to also use this to just blend everything nicely, and then go back to the first brush with no additional product and blend all the edges. And then go back to water bearer and intensify, because for sure with all the blending with it kind of disappear and fly away a little bit. So just apply some more and intensify the lid a little bit more, and blend the edges again with Sigma E25 and apply some more. And then I'm going to use these two shades not together. I use this separately, but as you can see, I'm just going to intensify the crease a little bit more with Spark and Potion, just like we did at the very first stage of this look. And go back to Spark. This time I'm going to apply this all over my lower lashes while singing a little bit there. And yeah, just apply them all over my lower lashes. And then to blend that edges, I'm going to apply Magical with this brush just to blend everything. And I'm going to apply Water Bearer with the tip of the brush here. Just apply this tightly along my lower lashes. Then blend the edges a little bit more with this brush with no additional product. And I'm going to apply Mermaid Boy because I feel like the look needs a little bit something, so I apply this to the inner part of my lid. You see where I leave out a bit of space at first and slightly blend the edges with the tip of the brush. And for my inner corner, I'm going to apply Twinkle and just blend them with Mermaid Boy and apply them a little bit into the inner part of the crease there. And also blend them to the lower lashes a little bit, and then go back to Mermaid Boy because I forgot to apply some to my lower lashes, and basically just kind of imitate the upper lid. And to tightline my eyes, I'm going to apply LA Girl Gel Glide Liner again, but this time in Gypsy Teal. And I know this look kind of need falsies, but like I said, I'm not a huge fan of falsies. I rarely wear one, so yeah, I'm just applying some mascara while singing a little bit. And then it hits me, I forgot to highlight my brow bone, but then yeah, I'll just continue to apply mascara first. And then next, to highlight my brow bone, I apply Sweet Dreams. And for the lips, I'm going to apply Dreamy, I was kind of happy there, my favorite song came on. And yeah, just apply them to the lips, and this is the final look. This is honestly one of my favorite looks I've ever done here on my channel. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I just love how it turned out. And for the last look, this is something very bold and a little bit crazy for me. First, I'm going to apply Shooting Star all over my crease as my transition shade, and also just to kind of map out the shape a little bit more, and go directly into Water Bearer and apply them with a blending brush with a tapping motion first, and then while at the same time kind of blend everything nicely. As you can see, I already kind of map out the shape a little bit to have that cat eye effect, and just little by little bit the color into my crease. And go back to Shooting Star to just blend all the edges nicely, and then go back to Water Bearer just to intensify the color a little bit more. I go alternately with a tapping motion and circular motion throughout the whole application, and blend the edges again with this brush. And then I'm going to cut my crease with this concealer. I'm going to apply this with a flat shaded brush, and as you can see, I applied some into my lid, and then I kind of looked up to have a guideline there and create the shape that I wanted. I'm going to make this a full cut crease, and then after that I use a bent liner brush just to perfect the line on the crease. And next I'm going to apply Kaleidoscope. I'm not gonna set the concealer with other shadow, I'm just going to apply this directly on top of the concealer. And first I just apply this with my finger, I then apply the shadow with the brush and just perfect the edges there, and then go back to Water Bearer, but this time with a pencil brush just to perfect the line a little bit better and to intensify the color a little bit more, and then go back to this brush and blend the edges again, and just apply a gel black liner and create a wing liner there, as you can see. And then on top of the liner, I'm going to apply Mermaid Boy. I mean, you cannot really see the difference from afar, but when you move your head around and hits the light, it just makes the liner it has more dimension to it. Then apply Shooting Star all over my lower lashes, just blend them kind of messily there, and then I apply Water Bearer just tightly into my lower lash line. And just like the previous look, I'm going to apply this LA Girl Gel Glide Liner in Gypsy Teal to tightline, waterline, whatever, just apply them to my lash line. And to highlight my inner corner, I'm going to mix Kaleidoscope with Moony and just apply them with a small detailer brush there. To highlight my brow bone, again I'm going to use Moony because like I said, she's my favorite, and Boom, I already applied some mascara. And for lips, I applied Moonchild, and this looks very pretty with this look because the eye is very intense and the lips is just, I don't know, I love how the looks paired with this lip gloss. So yeah, this is the final look. This is a little bit like way too crazy for me, but I want to do something fun with this palette, and I think, yeah, maybe I achieved one. And that's it. That's the 3 looks I created with the Dream Street eyeshadow palette from KathleenLights and Colourpop. I hope you enjoy this video because I have so much fun creating this video, and I think I'm going to have 3-in-1 series or 3 looks using one palette kind of video every 2 weeks. If you want to see any more 3-in-1 kind of video, just subscribe to my channel and maybe also click that bell button so you'll get the notification when I do upload 3-in-1 series. Let me know what other eyeshadow palette you want me to do this kind of video with, and also if you want to see my Zodiac eyeshadow palette review and tutorial, I'm going to have that video up in maybe 3 or 4 weeks from now. But yeah, that's it for now. I hope you enjoy this video, and if you do like this video or if you find this video somewhat helpful, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and maybe subscribe to my channel. It will help me a lot and it will mean so much to me. And lastly, I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I hope I can see you in my next video. Bye guys. It's going to be a 3-in-1, which is this one right here, and I don't know who said extreme one.